Welcome to Analytics with Nags. In this video, we're going to see about what is Chiclet Slicer in Power BI in the Visuals with Nags series. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for notification. Let's begin our today's topic. What is this visual is all about, when to use it. So this is used when in our existing slicer you cannot able to customize much, right? So in those cases you can go for it. In the existing slicer you cannot include the images, so if you want to include images in your slicer, then you can go for Chiclet slicer. Basically the Chiclet slicer comes with more customizable option for you. In those cases you can go for it. That is what I'm trying to explain. Let's try to check it out in Power BI how this visual will be useful. So we are in Power BI. As I said before, this is designed using the slicer here, where we get the default option over here as vertical or horizontal. When it is vertical and you have our slicer header enabled, either you can choose a drop down or you can choose the another option as list. So in case of list, it will display over here, and some people they prefer to have list and then they will make it as horizontal over here. I think here, right, in this option. So this is preferable. So when they have such options over here, when they minimize it, we cannot customize this one much. What I'm trying to say is I want this visual to be present like this, and I need 5 rows and 2 columns. Why I need? Because I want to fit it over here. So I need in 5 columns and 2 rows. So whatever are in 5 rows, 2 columns. So like that I want to fit it, but it will not fit based on our need over here. It is more difficult to align it, because based on the adjustment we make here, this will dynamically change. So there is no more customization over here. So there comes a Chiclet slicer, which is nothing but a custom visual. So we can how to import it, that most of them, however, whether you can go by get more visual by logging into Power BI app store, or you can download this visual prior to that, and you can upload it using here. I upload it here, so I don't want to waste your time in demonstrating that. So let us quickly drag and drop the Chiclet slicer here, and I will delete this one. So here what I want to use the category or item name, that is different products over here. As soon as you click it here, by default it is also showing the in a 3 columns and 4 rows. So as you can see, this gives you like a Chiclet like structure, right? And this is, most of them are customizable, the size and everything. Now as I said before, one of the coolest feature is you can define how many rows you want. Let us say I need it in 2 columns and different rows, right? So you go here to general, I need it in 2 columns, and I will say some 20 rows or 10 rows, whatever maybe. Okay, you need to define it properly. So what happened, I think we need to mention it like this: 3 columns are 5 rows. Okay, and I can say 3 rows, right? So because how many products you have, based on that you need to mention it, because otherwise it will skip. That is why it has totally we have 10 products, so you need to mention how many columns first, then it has to fit over here. If you mention 5 rows, then it will confuse, right? So based on that you need to mention properly. I hope these are not going to increase in rapidly, so let us stick to this. So this is what I'm saying. So I need it in if I want in 2 columns, as I mentioned, I need to mention 5 over here. So this is one of the important concept I want to highlight. Then coming to the other features over here, like you can increase the text, and you can have the color increased, everything together, and you can adjust the other things over here, right? In a Chiclet, what you need is like different colors. Once you click on it, what should be the color once you mouse over, right? So here I will say red. You can see the difference appearing over here. When you select certain things, like I have selected this, what color it should be? It should be black or white. So these are some of the properties you can always change it over here, right? So this is more like customizing your slicer, giving more power to your slicer visual. And another important concept I want to highlight is like, for each item you want to display as some images, like most of the internet in internet you might have seen some vehicles like BMW or some vehicles used as a slices, right? So similarly, you, for each item you have your own images, then you can link it over here. This is another important feature. I do not have any much image over here, so that's why I had a single image, so I have configured over here. Now let us try to see here some of the properties for the image. Click on the slicer, then hold on, so go here and images, and this is more or less customizable. I want to show only 20% of that image, I mean in over here. Then see, as soon as you add an image, you cannot fit it very small. Always it is recommended, if you have an image here, then it should be expanded, so you should keep the images like that. So in this case I would like to prefer, I will change it to 5 columns and 2 rows, so you can keep it like this at the top. And these images you can customize it based on different URLs you are given. If you want to increase 80%, so entire image will occupy 80%, remaining 20 will be split. So if you want to have it as a round or different shapes, you can make it over here. Now when you click on it, the entire report filtered for that particular image. It behaves as a slicer along with other functionalities, like, so you can have multiple selections as well by pressing the control, or if you can set those properties over here. It is default property for any slices. I hope you understand about the Chiclet slicer. When you want to make your report with some other more customizable slicer, like with images and some selection properties and different colors, then you can go for this Chiclet slicer. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for notification, and comment below for queries. Do remember that data is your asset.